Good morning. This is Doreen with ThoughtStorm Journal. I want to talk a little bit today about technology distractions. I want to give you a reason to lay your phone down right now and leave it there. Now, with thousands of apps and games and social media and streaming services and everything right on our phones, it's safe to say that distraction is a big part of our lives now. Nearly every other person you see is distracted by some technological gadget for at least part of their day. And many of us think this is okay, or at least not a problem. But there are also some others of us who find it disturbing, and if we think about it much more, it can become a little creepy. Because this is not the way nature intended for us to be. In fact, this is far away from our natural selves. And it's a way we lose control of ourselves and lose control of our lives. Now, make no mistake about it, distractions like these are an addiction. And the level of that addiction varies from person to person, but it's an addiction nonetheless. Whenever I'm in a restaurant and I see parents sitting, staring at their phones while their children are basically sitting there alone with no interaction with the parents, I realize that this truly is a problem. And this is not a new thing. It started with television and it's evolved from there. Anything that grabs our attention and holds it for long periods, takes our attention away from important things, and shapes our thinking in negative or destructive ways is harmful and could be considered an addiction. And we may think it's not hurting us that much. But I'm going to present a thought about this that some may not like and some may blow off and ignore. But I want to tell you how harmful this kind of distraction could potentially be that you might not have thought about. Whenever we are distracted, it takes our power away. Now, let me explain. Everything is energy, including our attention and focus. Our ability to focus is what creates worlds, our personal worlds and the world at large. Our focus is the way we build our lives. Nothing happens or comes into our existence without our being able to focus on it long enough to create it for ourselves. When we're told we create our own reality, this means that what we focus on is what we create. And we have the power to create good things for ourselves or bad things, depending on where we put our focus. So the energy of our attention and focus is very powerful. This is the premise from where the law of attraction comes from. In order to manifest what we want in life, we have to be able to focus our attention on it and hold it for a certain length of time. Granted, this can create disaster for us at times when we get caught up in focusing on the negative. But if we learn to focus on the positive things in life and the things we truly want, we can have those things if we can hold that focus. And that makes us very powerful beings. Think about people who have pulled themselves up from poverty and become wealthy entrepreneurs. It wasn't luck that got them there, it was focus. They stayed focused on what they wanted, and they eventually achieved it because their attention from their goal never wavered. This is the power that our attention to our goals and to our vision of our future can do. So, in this way, our attention holds great power. And when we learn to use it, it makes us more powerful. So, if we remain constantly distracted by technology, our phone, our computer, the TV, how powerful does that allow us to be? Not very. How many successful, wealthy people do you know that scroll Facebook, watch TV, or play Candy Crush all day? Not many. Probably none. Because they become addicted to the distraction, and it keeps them from excelling in life. And it keeps them from having the life they really want. And let me appeal to your more conspiracy-minded side for a minute. If someone, say a group of people who didn't have our best interest at heart, wanted to keep us from being successful, wanted to keep us from having what we want in life, wanted to control what we focus on, and wanted to keep us from understanding our true power and keep us from being powerful, what would be a good way for them to do that? Yep, design ways to keep us focused on what they want us to focus on. So, I would appeal to the more rebellious side of you and ask you to lay your phone down, close the laptop, turn off the TV, and to focus on the positive and focus on the things you want from your life and watch how it changes for the better.